As long as we are part of the world, we have to interact with objects and beings. You meet your friends, you walk through the aisles of the supermarkets, shopping malls. So you are interacting with the objects. Someone has leaning towards electronics, next one have something leaning towards another object. When you are going through the aisles of the shopping malls, knowingly or unknowingly you interact with these. These leave an impression on your mind. Something is written. You see something, I like this, I have to buy this. And then you are not able to get the money to obtain that object, the impression remains and creates the problems. Because you want to get this particular car and you are not able to get, you are constantly thinking, and sometimes because of these things we remain miserable. All sickness, misery and agony is the cause of all this. And the process of removing this dust is dhyan. Whatsoever has to happen will happen on its own. You have accepted things as they come. Let thy will prevail is your way of life. Then the dust will not be gathering on the surface. You are living in the world, certain things are necessary for that. Leave this on the divine will. As far as you are concerned, you are very limited, but the resources of the infinite are unlimited. They said, let thy will prevail. If it did not go, did not go. When the time or the opportunity comes, it will happen. Now in the first instance, when this did not happen the way you wanted, you will be upset with that. We do not accept it that it was willed so. I do not know what is the will of the whole in that particular situation. Maybe something is in treasure. Things like these happen on a day-to-day basis in our lives, but we do not accept as divine will. We want to impose our will onto the whole, and this cannot happen. This is the cause of your misery. And the process of removing this dust, process of trusting the existence, flowing with the divine will is dhyan. Joshu is right. The disciple who had just entered the commune wanted to know about the first step, what is meditation. Joshu would have looked towards this disciple and asked if he had consumed the last meal and then washed the plate. To you this will look absurd. Why can't he answer directly? A counterfeit master will jump immediately to answer, but a true master will hesitate. He will have to look at the level of your inner preparation, your level of consciousness at the moment of its happening. The disciple is asking about dhyan, but the master says, wash your plate. What a strange reply. Truth cannot be put into the words. The word water will not quench your thirst. The word food will not fill your appetite, and you see no difference. The word water and the substance that has the capability to quench your thirst are made of different stuffs, different stuffs as well. The master is aware of this. So he is bound to hesitate. He will not be so vocal like your priests. He will have to create a situation and choose a code, a parable, or a story to explain the intricate matters. There is another story of another disciple of Joshu. For many years he stayed with Joshu but could not catch the secret of meditation. Nothing happened within, no ray of light, no lamp was lit, no fragrance of dhyan. He remained as he was. One day he inquired from Joshu, I have been here for so long, nothing has happened. What should I do? Joshu replied, do one thing. I know another master. He is the owner of a guest house in another city. Go there, maybe you will learn through him. Joyfully the disciple rushed to that place to meet the other master. But on reaching he became sad because the owner was a poor ordinary man, no master. He was running the guest house, an impressive one. He saw no possibility of learning. He thought maybe Joshua had made a joke or simply was trying to get rid of him. The disciple was in a dilemma. It was quite late in the night. He had no choice but to stay overnight. He took the permission of the owner of the guest house to stay overnight. He told the owner that Master Joshua had sent him to learn from him, but it seemed there was a mix-up. Joshua had told him all that he could not learn from him, he could learn from the owner of the guest house. The guest house owner told his disciple that he did not know Joshua and that he was not a master. Also, he had nothing to teach, but now that you are here, night had fallen, better you stay until morning, and you could leave the next day. The disciple remembered Joshua telling him that he had to observe the behavior of the owner of the guest house, as he would say nothing to him. He had said, try to understand his silent message. The disciple decided to observe. Sometimes the owner cleaned the place, at other times he washed the clothes, next he cleaned wares and served the guests. He was only involved in such acts, and in fact there seemed to be nothing to learn from these acts. Then night came and the owner went to sleep. This is the problem when the disciple comes to a master. They come conditioned in a particular way, but the ways and means of the masters are unique. You have to observe the minute thing, and in that the entire teaching is hidden. And this is more so with Sufi masters, with Zen masters. They don't have any apparent sign, symptom or symbol for you to know that this person is a master. When Leon Lefort, who was writing the biography of Gurdjieff, went to the Middle East to meet the masters of Gurdjieff, he heard that there is a master who is a carpet weaver. So he went to meet, and he could not recognize amidst all the salesperson who were there who is the master. Then suddenly the master showed him a couple designs of the carpet. He said, which one will you choose for meditation? Leon chose a carpet, and when the master saw it, he said, this carpet, look at it for 10 minutes and see what happens. When he looked at that carpet continuously for 10 minutes, he started feeling giddy. He said, this is not suitable for meditation. Another master, he asked, what did you teach Gurdjieff? He said, I taught him how to breathe. How to breathe? What kind of a strange reply is, we all know how to breathe, but the master is saying, I taught him how to breathe. But do you really know how to breathe? A very simple act, and for years he taught Gurdjieff how to breathe. These are the strange ways and means of the Sufi masters. So next morning, when the disciple woke up, he sought the permission to leave because there was nothing for him to learn. Before leaving, the disciple was curious to know one thing from the owner, so he inquired, I observed your life during the day, but what did you do before going to sleep? He was worried the Master Joshua would inquire as to why he had not observed the entire day's routine of the owner. The owner of the guest house replied, before going to bed, I washed all the wares and then slept without any tension, because all the pots have been cleaned. When I woke up in the morning, the pots had gathered a bit of dust, which I washed off easily. Dust accumulates even if the pots are lying idle. Even in inactivity, dust gathers. Time passes, dust gathers. Time is dust as well. In the morning I rinsed the pots and now everything is fine. The disciple could not understand all that the owner told him, and he returned empty-handed. When he returned, seeing him, Joshua said, "You have missed again. This alone is the secret. During the day dust gathers. When you dream, again dust gathers. The mind gets dirty even with a simple act. Mind gets disturbed. In the morning again, clean the pot and keep on cleaning it. But you can completely clean the pot only when you have finished with the last meal." Joshua did not even say when you have finished the morning meal, but he said the last meal of the evening. An evening meal is taken when the sun is setting. It means the last desire of the day. Even the last desire is consumed. If you have done this, then what is the delay? Wash your plate. And if you have not consumed the last desire, do not ask of meditation. If your desires have been finished, if your desires have not finished, if you have not known the world, do not ask of Dhyan. Without being finished with the world, Dhyan will not happen really. And without knowing the world in its true color, you cannot be finished with the world. If your journey of the body still continues and you are not tired of this, if you had not known the futility of all this, do not ask of meditation from the Master. The Master will not answer. They are like the little children. Until the world becomes futile, religion will not take birth in you. The futility of the world and its many colors should be your experience. Not that you have heard Kabir, Nanak, Buddha, Jesus saying so. Unless it becomes your experience, no evolution is possible. You have fulfilled many desires. Stop. Wash your plate now. Stop running behind money, status, children, husband and wife. You may stop, but your mind